Yesterday, we talked about holding your lane. Today, we're talking about how to keep your voice steady while you do. Welcome back to the rest stop. You made it to Tuesday, and that means you're already ahead of the storm. This morning, we're digging into the kind of communication that holds a team together when emotions start to pull it apart. Every program has a soundtrack. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's laughter, and sometimes, if we're not careful, it's just noise. The kind of noise that fills the air when people stop listening to each other. Words can heal, or they can bruise. They can open doors, or they slam them shut. And in a rebuild, communication becomes the currency of trust. How you speak when things are stressful tells people everything they need to know about whether they can follow you when it gets harder. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room to lead it. You just have to speak with honesty that people can feel, and calm that they can borrow. Here's your practice for today. Before you send that email, text, or message, before you even open your mouth, pause and ask yourself one question. Will my words make it easier or harder for someone else to stay aligned? That one pause changes everything. Because communication in a rebuild isn't about winning, it's about inviting. You're inviting people back into clarity, back into shared purpose, and back into calm. And when people feel invited instead of accused, they start to relax. And when they relax, they start to listen again. We talk a lot about alignment, leadership, and systems. But tone is culture in motion. Every time you answer a question kindly instead of sharply, you teach the people around you what it feels like to be safe here. Every time you model honesty without hostility, you give permission for others to do the same. Every team, every booster board, every staff, they all end up reflecting the communication patterns of their strongest voices. So ask yourself, what tone are you modeling? It doesn't mean that you need to be soft. It means you need to be solid. Because tone without truth is manipulation, and truth without tone is damage. Our goal is to master both, truth with tone. I see the leader who retypes a message 3 times just to make sure it lands right. I see the parent who chooses silence instead of sarcasm when they're frustrated. I see the director who holds their tongue during the meeting and then goes home wondering if they said enough. You're doing it right. The world doesn't reward restraint, but leadership does. Because leadership is what happens when you care enough to measure your words. That kind of quiet discipline isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's emotional intelligence at work in real time. And that's the difference between managing people and leading them. So today, as you move through your world, remember this. The words you speak become the weather your culture lives in. Be the calm front. Be the warm front. Be the one who cools tempers instead of fanning them. Tomorrow, we'll move into governance, the systems and boundaries that protect good communication from falling apart. But today, just focus on tone. Stay grounded, stay kind. And if you can, Speak in a way that makes people want to come closer and not pull away. Because that's how we rebuild. One conversation, one word, one rest stop at a time.